or I could even upload my handwritten response. So eventually, when I submit this test, what really happens is that the AI gives a exact replica of what an examiner would say. And I'm really impressed with this, with the suggestions, with the grammatical range and corrections, and obviously the kind of score that it is giving. Suggest my candidates to practice listening or reading. This is one of the best resources because A, it lets you log in for free, it lets you sign up for free. And the other thing is that these tests are quite legit. I have had students even telling me that part of these tests have been repeated in IELTS exam. So that's also great news. So definitely they have been using authentic resources for IELTS preparation. And it has this practice mode where you can play and pause the audio. Although I don't recommend this because my aim is to tell candidates to be ready for instructions and just to be able to flow at a go, to be able to do the test at a go. So the simulation test mode actually helps you do that. It lets you practice the listening section on the go. And the good thing about it is that let's say I did a test, and after that I got the solutions also, which means basically it cross check my answers with its own answer key. Right now I'm going directly to the solution key, by the way, because I haven't attempted the test. So when I go and do this, one thing that's quite interesting is that they have this review and explanation part that gives a great uh, deal about what is the answer, and they've also explained that why an answer is has been marked in such a way and not the other way around. This really helps in multiple choice questions. It really helps to understand the map based questions. So I am a big fan of this website. And a great advantage is also that on this free resource at the moment we don't need to uh, worry about advertisements getting popped up. So whenever I'm doing a listening, let's say, or a reading test, by the way, when you're doing a reading test, please be sure whether you are selecting the general training part or the academic test because they are quite different. Also, in general training, please focus only on the IELTS general training section because these two are probably made by the community and they're much more difficult than the original IELTS tests. Okay, so this is one good free resource, and even in the reading section, you have the options. When you look at the especially answer key, okay, there's a pop-up advertisement. Let's close this for a while. Okay, so even when you look at the solutions for the reading section, we noticed something interesting that here also there is a review and explanation section, which also guides us on how the test was attempted. And the explanation part on these review and explanation section are quite nice, especially for the true, false, and not given section. This is something which most students get confused with, and I always recommend that whenever they are attempting the true false not given, let's say you made a couple of mistakes, everybody does. And here you can look at the explanation that why something was marked as true and probably not as not given, or vice versa as a false. So these are some really good, you can see explanations in the reading section also. But eventually, you will also find some more authentic materials. One of these websites is ielsolve.com. And why I like this website is because it literally has a compilation of all the Cambridge test papers. If you know that initially, especially when we used to book the IELTS exam, we would get a hard copy of, for example, Cambridge 16 or a 15 or 14. They stopped at 19 just last year, which is 2024, because another publication started to publish their IELTS. But here you have a really good authentic source of tests, and each part, whether it's Cambridge 19, you can see there are different reading sections and listening sections also. Now the question is, what happens for the, or how do we prepare for writing and speaking? See, frankly speaking, if you were to do the speaking test on the IELTS you will notice that there are some community answers, and you can also know about the questions. But frankly speaking, this is not going to give us any feedback, because here you either require a trainer or you probably require an AI to help you to assess which is what. So for that, my best suggestion is to use the AI powered portal. This is one of them, which we are using right now, and it's powered by Alpha PT. It's quite nice. Um, and you can see that here, let's say if I go to the practice part, there's listening. You can select each part separately, or there's reading. Right now it's academic because I had chosen the academic version, and then the writing section is also there. Obviously there is reading and writing, but that is anyway freely available across the web. But when it comes to the, for example, writing task one here, and let's say, I wanted to attempt a task, let's say watching films, and I were to put in my response over here, or I could even upload my handwritten response. So eventually when I submit this test, what really happens is that the AI gives a exact replica of what an examiner would say. And I'm really impressed with this, with the suggestions, with the grammatical range and corrections, and obviously the kind of score that it is giving. And another interesting part about this website is that when we do the speaking part, this one again here, it lets you record your speaking section, and then you will be able to also get a AI feedback on whether you have used idioms, what was your range of vocabulary, what are the suggestions for improvement, and that's just really fantastic. So I'm a big fan of this website, and I can actually get you access to this because we have a channel partner link, so you can connect with me for this. And yeah, there are full mock tests, and then there are practice tests, and they are basically the charge is very nominal as compared to any other website. For example, if I were to compare with IELTSonlinetest.com, they charge like $19, but this one is just quarter of the price for unlimited tests, and which is like really interesting. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share, and will you can stay connected for any questions. See you around.